I'm Eli Watson, and I'm a part of Bros Are Bikes. This is the story of my Road Nationals. Road Nationals has been on my calendar since the start of the season, and we really started getting ready for it 2 months ago when I had a Zoom meeting with my coach. Hello.
Thank you for being flexible. I'm excited to chat with you.
Yeah, you too. We got 9 weeks until Nationals.
9 weeks till Nationals, buddy. So let's talk, what's on your mind? Where do you want to start?
Let's start training.
Sure. Well, obviously we've been working together for not that whole time. And you had great coaching before that and support. You're in a great place, right? I mean, obviously we've seen that by your recent results. You've been riding so well, and that's really exciting. I mean, for you to be getting fourth at these, Pro 1-2 crits, that's got to be super exciting for you and really confidence inspiring. Okay, you're going to go ride with the best 15-16s in the country. What do we need to be doing? How are we dissecting the course? How are we adjusting your training, etc.?
I think this past year has been pretty good, training-wise, racing-wise. But yeah, like you were saying, these national level events, they're going to be a different level of intensity and training to get to that and to get prepared for them. What do you think I need to work on to maybe do good over there,
Yeah, one thing that I would like to work on with you, Eli, is we have to find this balance. And there's a balance that's really important for us to find because you're very good in the group, right? That's evidenced by your racing results. You're very good in the group, but you also know those environments really well, okay? And 15-16 Nationals is going to be with a whole bunch of riders you haven't ridden with recently. Okay, so you're not going to know the players as well. You're not going to know what their agenda is. You might not know the team dynamics as well. It's going to be completely different, as you know. But the last piece, and is really important, is I think we need to give you some very specific fitness for that course, okay? And that's going to be a lot of on and off power because it's very roly-poly. It's what we like to call some Belgian climbing, maybe a little windy. So it'll be good. We need you to be handy enough and cagey enough to get in the breakaway, but you've also proved that you have a wonderful sprint. So we're going to do a little bit of both. Right now, we're going to be working your repeatability, and then later we're going to be kind of more power, more rest, if that makes sense. So think of it as two separate blocks. I mean, it's obviously a continuous run, but you get the idea.
Yeah, what do you think about the heat in Georgia? Gonna be a big factor?
Yeah, it's going to be huge. The humidity and the heat is going to be a major factor. There's no doubt about it. But thankfully, you can have a chance to ride in the heat. You obviously won last year. What are your goals this year? Unprompted, what do you want to get out of the race? What does success look like for you?
Definitely come home with a title as the first one.
Which one though? Which one? Criterium, road race, time trial, 3, 2. What I mean, we got to choose, right? We got to focus, right? What do you want to do?
I am a solo, so probably all three. Maybe got to work on my TT and mainly the crit. That one's mainly the one I want to actually go for, and then the TT and the road race. Want to do pretty good. Maybe get on the podium for those ones. Good. Yeah. Going into Nationals, I felt like I was prepared and ready to go take on these next 3 races. 2 months prior, before leaving to go to Georgia, I went in to see Andrew Bosco of Bosco Bike Fits.
My name is Andrew Bosco. I'm the owner of Bosco Bike Fits. We're here in Claremont, California. We work with road cyclists, mountain bikers, triathletes, time trialists. Today with Eli's time trial bike, we got the saddle height set up correctly based on his flexibility. We got the saddle set back based within the UCI rules, as well as moving the front of the bike within his limits as well. So we're looking mostly, really 2 main things. One, to optimize the power output, but then optimize aerodynamics. Bike fits are important for a number of reasons. One, injury prevention, right? If you're hurt, you can't ride your bike. From there, it's about performance gains.
You feel one with the bike, and you just feel better, and everything feels perfect. Yeah, thank you so much for having us out here, and get me all dialed for this year's national championship.
My hard work's done. The rest's up to you.
Yep. just finished up with Bosco, and the bike feels good. It fits nice. So ready for nationals, gonna get prepped, gonna do some TT work a little bit on this. Gonna go try and rip it, but thanks to Bosco so much for getting us dialed. Now we gotta go out and go smash. So gonna go get ready for nationals, do some prep. So yeah, thank you so much.
2 days before my first nationals race, we woke up at 2:30 a.m. to go to the airport and take a really early flight all the way to Atlanta, and then we drove 3 hours to Augusta, and that was where my first race and all the other races were held.
Just got to the Airbnb. It's been a long travel day. It's like raining outside and it's like 90 degrees. So we made it to Augusta, Georgia, and it's gonna be really hard weekend of racing for my nationals. And then, yeah, we built the bikes. Jack helped me out. He built my road bike, you know, helped on the TD bike. We're gonna go spin tomorrow. Hopefully it doesn't rain too much, but yeah, we'll be out there ready for this weekend. Let's go.
The day before the TT, we went out with our coach to do course recon to really see the course and yeah, get prepared for the humidity and yeah, just for the next 3 days of racing.
So we're here for the road race and TT course pre-ride with our coach. I don't know where to attack and stuff, where feet is. Should be a nice TT, lots of hills. And then for the road race, we do 3 laps. It should be like 50-ish miles, but yeah, we should be hot and nice and hot out here. Yeah, it's very humid, but I don't think that'll stop us. All right, we're here with Coach. How do you think about this course?
Well, yeah, it's gonna be something. I don't know. I think it's very lumpy. I think the heat is going to be very challenging. I think those that raced here last year have a little bit of advantage. They kind of know how the course plays out. There's certainly a difficult last climb.
Yeah.
This is a national championship worthy course, Eli.
Yeah, I think it's kind of like Bud, so it's like nice rollers.
Yeah, I think you got to kind of just save just a little bit on those climbs.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Got to save just a little bit because it's going to be that push over the top that's going to make selections and determine who's racing for the finish.
Yeah, for sure.
The courses were pretty hilly besides the crit, and I knew that they were definitely doable, but it was going to be very challenging, and yeah, I had to be ready. So the first race that I had at Nationals was the individual time trial. It was me against the clock, and it was whoever could do the course the fastest. We woke up at 5:30, and my TT start time was 7:19, and we didn't realize, but turns out that the TT day was gonna rain, so it was just pouring rain for like everybody's TT. And that wasn't the greatest, and yeah, that was a big factor that played into that days of racing. Definitely only able to race the TT because CJ and the Williams brothers let me borrow the S-Works TT Shiv to race the time trial, and that was a really big help to me. I definitely couldn't have done that without them letting me borrow that bike. During the TT, I think I paced it all right. I ended up coming like 19th, so pretty mid-pack finish. Not really what I was hoping for. All of my competitors were very strong that day and very fast, very motivated. I went out there and went as hard as I could. I got 19th.
Your 2024 U.S. Junior Men's 15 to 16 National Time Trial Champion, Enzo Hinkepi, racing for EF Education Onto.
The day of the road race, we didn't have to wake up early. Unlike the TT, it was very like hot, humid. It was like 48 miles that day. I was getting prepared and ready to go out there and smash. So we started the road race at 11 and we were off, and it was a pretty hard race. Lots of attacks, lots of people making it very interesting. During the first lap, probably like 10 miles in, there was a crash in front of me. I went down. Nothing hard, but I had to chase with a few guys for probably like only 5 minutes. But after the crash, I was a little sore, but I thought I could really do something at the finish. Right before the finish line, there's a like 3-minute hill, 2-minute hill, and on every lap, they went really hard up that, doing like 500 watts every time, and I didn't really want to do that, so I went off the front. That first lap, got a bottle, got a feed, tried to keep cool, and yeah, so then they caught me on the hill. And then lap 2 started, people were going off the front. Matthew Crabb was off the front for like an hour by himself. Guys were taking flyers. EF really did a lot on the front. They were very doing like the pacemaking, and there were guys that were marking them and making sure they didn't really get up the road. That last lap, there was a lot of games. I think it was like our slowest lap because everybody didn't want to play their cards wrong. But going up the hill, on the last hill, when pretty much the race was being decided, Enzo Hincapi attacked on that last hill, and like I said, it was like a 2-3 minute-ish hill, and everybody tried to follow. I tried to follow, but I ended up cramping, and I was like, I don't know what happened. I just couldn't, and you know, when you cramp, you can't like pedal or anything. That was a real bummer because I was in good position. I felt all right, but I was really hoping for more. I think I could have done really well if it wasn't for that crash and the cramping on that last lap. I don't think I had enough electrolytes to really keep the muscles going, so I think that's why I ended up cramping out. But I did finish, but I was like very like 40th something and 50th, but I was very disappointed on that day. In the end, Enzo Hincapi took the dub, and he won back-to-back, and Brady really helped him. So they did some great teamwork. There was a lot of guys on the podium, a lot of strong guys, and yeah, congrats to them, and was ready for the crit.
Crash lap 1, ran out of water. I poured it on myself, drank half of it. And then I got 2 more waters over there at the neutral, but I wanted my other one. So I started cramping when everybody went. But I was right there.
Your 2024 U.S. Junior Men's 15-16 National Road Race Champion, Enzo Hincapi, racing for EF Education Onto.
The day after the road race, it was a recovery day for us. We met up with Coach Brian and his wife Joy and Ethan, who was out here also racing junior nationals, and we went out for a recovery/cafe ride. While we were on our cafe stop, we ended up running into Sharon Smith from Methods to Winning, a former national champ in the Criterium, and yeah, I asked him for a little bit of words of wisdom or any tips for the upcoming race.
I would say stay relaxed, treat it like a regular race. It's just another crit, just with a bigger title to it. Just race the race, have fun, try to stay out of danger, and trust in your ability. I mean, you've done the work, everything's in your system already. It's about executing, and a lot of small details. Don't hesitate when your intuition speaks, respond to it, and trust your inner compass and your coach, who's giving you a bunch of knowledge and information already, so try to come out on top.
It's just another Eldo.
Just another Eldo. Hell, you've been beating me, man. You should be able to beat these guys.
After our recovery ride, we went home, had a good time with Ethan and our coach in the pool, and really recovered and got ready for my Criterium. The morning of the Criterium, we had to check out of our Airbnb, and my race started at 9 a.m. and we got there probably an hour before, and I got a nice warm up in and got to check out the course.
So we're here for the crit day. I raced in like 15 minutes. Yeah, ready for today. It's a dead flat course. This is a nice 4-corner, just like all the SoCal ones, you know. And yeah, it should be a good race. Probably just try and sit in, and if there's a breakaway, always try and make the breakaway, just like at Eldo. And yeah, you know, like, no need to be off the front or attacking or anything like that. Just I'm gonna try and save it. But I'd like to be in a breakaway. Better's my chance. Ready to go. About to race. Let's go.
Going into the crit, I had a little bit of pressure as pretty much the defending national championship of the Criterium, so I was really looking to do well. I was the first person called up to the start line. Everybody else got called up. The official blew the whistle, and we were off to racing. During the race, there was a lot of hitters, a lot of very strong guys. Matthew Crabb got second behind me in the Criterium the year before, and Enzo Hincapi had won both previous days of racing. And yeah, there's a lot of strong guys, a lot of attacks. Our average speed was like 28. Yeah, it was a really hard race, very fast. Everybody wanted to do something. During the race, my plan was to save as much energy as I could, but always watch out for a breakaway or splits in the field. And I was really trying to conserve and wait for the sprint finish at the end. Going into the last 3-4 laps, I was really getting into position, floating and surfing wheels. And then with 1 to go, I was kind of caught out of position, probably 25th to 30th wheel. So on the back straight, I really had to sprint and get back into position and getting ready for the sprint. Up there were Matthew Crabb and Enzo, and they were getting ready for their sprint. And so I settled into around 7th, 6th wheel, going out around the second and final turn. And Matthew Crabb was right on my wheel, and Enzo was right on his wheel. The 4 guys that were in front of me were really leading it out for the last home stretch. I should have waited. And Matthew Crabb came around me with the last 50 meters. Enzo Hincapi also came around me in that short time, and I ended up getting 3rd. So on the podium, I was really hoping that I was gonna win it. A little disappointed, but got on the podium, so I was happy about that. And yeah, congrats to them. Coming from SoCal, there's a pretty big crit scene, racing scene, and yeah, there's been so many people that pour into us, and how Sharon, Rasan, the Williams brothers really help us, teach us to be better bike racers. That really means a lot to me and Jack. And yeah, just thank you all so much.
Your 2024 U.S. Junior Men's 15 to 16 National Criterium Champion, Matthew Crabb, racing for Mission Devo Cycling.
All the guys in my category at Nationals were very strong. All of them definitely had a chance to do well at Nationals, and that was all our goals. And yeah, it was very cool to race with them and to really race with such good talent. And yeah, such a big thank you to everybody that helped donate and support us, support Bros Ride Bikes, and just make this trip possible for me to go race at Nationals. It means so much to us and so much to me.
Post Crit National Championships, Eli ends up in 3rd place. Eli, how was that last lap?
It was good. I was kind of out of position, so I had to sprint on the backside to get up there. And then I tried to do something for the sprint, but then 2 guys came around me. Still ended up with 3rd, so super excited with that. Took a trip to the podium, and yeah, very successful. Kind of sucked that I crashed on the road race and cramped out, but that was all right. Today went well, and yeah, just an awesome time out here at my Nationals.
Awesome, great job this week. As always,
you know it,
Bros Ride Bikes.